I'm Philomena Ashley, and I live in the Meadows, which is a independent facility. I've been here since 2013. My husband died in 2010, and I decided this was close to my son, and I didn't want to go to my daughters, who all lived where it was cold, Illinois, Massachusetts, and Michigan. So I've been here, and I keep busy with knitting. I belong to the church choir, and also the Jackson Choral Society. I am not a soloist, but I sing alto and I enjoy it. I've been singing ever since grade school. And I don't have a car. I gave it up because I was 83 when I moved, and I didn't want to learn the streets. And most people are crazy when they drive. But I keep active, and I don't use a cane or a rollator. And I've decided if I can keep walking and I exercise so that I don't fall, and I haven't fallen for several years. And usually I fall over something, you know. I don't just fall. So it's been several years now since I have fallen over anything. And, let's see. What else?
Could you give us three tips that you can give to your fellow residents here, and also some of your
I think one of the reasons I'm 90, and of course my hair is still black and I don't dye it, but that's neither here nor there. But I keep walking, and I think that is very important. My mother died at 91, and she walked everywhere. She never had a car. And she used to walk to the grocery, to church, and around the neighborhood. And then it's a little hard here because you don't have a choice of cooking for yourself. But I try not to eat desserts, and that's extra sugar. And and then I like crunchy breakfast cereals so that I get plenty of chewing. But I have my own teeth, which is
still
something I want to do. I want to die with my teeth in my mouth. Mm-hmm. Although I've gotten crowns, etc., but I haven't ever had a what do you call them?
Implants, dentures.
No. I can't.
Cavities?
False teeth.
Dentures.
False teeth. Mm-hmm. Dentures. I don't want dentures. Mm-hmm. And I think keeping busy, making sure you have something to do every day is very important. Sometimes I'll make a list about what I want to do tomorrow. I don't always do it, but I can cross off what I've done. And then, too, I have a very nice balcony, and sometimes I eat my cereal out there or to read. And that's nice because then I can see the birds and the green trees and the grass. I think it's important to be able to be fresh air. Okay?
Yep. Well, another question, Miss Phil. How do you keep your brain function? Do you do like a memory stuff? How do you keep
Oh,
yourself very
well,
active when it
I,
comes to your brain?
I've always done the word searches,
Word searches. Mm-hmm.
and sometimes I'll do the, well, of course, we get things every day.
Mm-hmm.
And we get word searches, we get crossword puzzles
Mm-hmm.
and riddles, and I try to do them.
You're very sharp for your age.
Well,
I mean.
And I read.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I take care of the library.
There you go.
We recently redid the library
Mm-hmm.
because when I first came, you could not find a book.
Mm-hmm.
But now someone who was a manager's wife, when she retired, she came and took all the books off the shelf
Mm-hmm.
and then relabeled them. And so we put them all back. And the only way we can keep it straight is to have a box where people return the books.
Mm-hmm.
We don't ask them to reshelve their own books
Mm-hmm.
because that was a disaster. And so sometimes I can reshelve maybe 6 books at once
Mm-hmm.
or just 1 or 2. But at least when they can find a book and they put it back in the box, that's wonderful. Yeah.
Perfect.
So
How about you mentioned earlier about your walking and everything. How do you keep up with it?
Well,
do you use a device or something like that?
Yeah, my Fitbit.
There you go.
This is what when I got an income tax, my daughter, who's an attorney in Massachusetts, does my income tax.
I think I need to talk to her, right?
And she always she seems to get me about $200 refund. And one year, just recently, I got a refund, and I decided part of it would go to a Fitbit,
Mm-hmm.
and I could keep track of my walking. And I have walked 5,000 steps, but that isn't always, especially now that I haven't been able to get out. The bus doesn't run, and I don't have a car.
Mm-hmm.
But my daughter-in-law just recently started driving me to the dentist, and I have an appointment, 2 appointments this month with the ear doctor. No, excuse me. The eye doctor and my regular physician, which was an appointment I made back in January. I go see him twice a year just for a checkup. I don't usually have any problems. Shall I say something about my implants?
You can close it. You can just tell them.
Well,
we're closing.
A lot of people call me
Mm-hmm.
the bionic woman
The bionic woman.
because I have 2 new knees, 2 new shoulders, and a right hip. It doesn't keep me from walking.
Very good.
And I always advise people who are thinking about a joint replacement
Mm-hmm.
that they have to do the therapy. Otherwise, they might as well forget the surgery.
Oh, I love that. I love
Yes,
that. Could you
because-
expound more?
Well, I had therapy after all my implants, every one of them, and they don't hurt. I don't have arthritis
Mm-hmm.
in my joints. I do have it in my hand, but it's not that bad.
Perfect.
if that's the only pain I got.
All right.
But I started probably in my late 60s
Mm-hmm.
with the implants, and I got a knee done, and then I got the left knee done, and the shoulders. The last thing I had done was my right hip
Mm-hmm.
in 2011, I believe. So I've been, you know.
Perfect. Well, how's your therapy going now? Is it actually benefiting you? Are you?
Oh
Is
well,
it improving?
I had two fingers that were numb,
Mm-hmm.
and Dr. Mike started working on them with tens,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not numb anymore.
Perfect. There
Yeah.
you go. Well, again, thank you very much, Miss Phil. I appreciate you. And again, we will see you around. Thank you very much. And thank you for watching our show today. Thank you, Miss Phil.